Go to hardafseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. D'Anthony, it's only appropriate that we start off with Bob's misery here. Missouri is playing live right now in the NCAA tournaments. Bob, how's Herschel doing? What do we got down there from Mizzou?
By Herschel, you mean Missouri. We're up.
Yeah.
We're up 4, 13 minutes left.
Okay.
I'm just drinking a lot. Like, I knew this game was going to be close, but really it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to get just obliterated drunk. Like,
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way you are.
Yeah.
Put the camera back on you guys. We got a ton of people in the studio today here. There it is. Look at that, dude. It's a great day. It's a great day. March Madness has started. St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. And we have signed another deal for Hard AF Seltzer. D'Anthony, happy to announce it on the show. We're trying to take over Florida. Last week we mentioned we got the Miami Marlins.
Which is a big deal, but not as big as this, in my opinion. We've signed Casey Anthony to a deal with Hard AF. As you know, she's from Orlando, so we wanted to tie in the entire state, really. So next it's somewhere up in Jacksonville, probably.
Oh,
maybe somebody from Florida. I don't know if Tebow is going to be involved or not.
Oh, in her contract, she's going to kill a baby with a can of seltzer.
Well, she has a 10-year window to do it.
Okay.
Which I think is appropriate.
Yeah,
and
it's
fair.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Shit, there's babies in the studio today. Terrible parents back there. Totally kidding. They don't understand a word I'm saying. We'll bring the baby up later, so at least you know, hey, we've had babies in the studio. So, next up for Hard AF Seltzer is the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Yes, they've gone back to the Devil Rays.
I don't think that's true.
It is, yeah. They're doing Devil Rays this year.
Where do you see this?
So they're wearing it all year. Bob can bring it up.
I mean,
but right now, there's the logo on
It's a throwback
screen.
jersey, but I don't think they're changing the name of the team.
Then they should. It says Devil Rays on the jersey, so we're good. Yeah, they've got the Devil Rays on there.
I like the Devil Rays.
I don't know why they
Better
changed
than the
it.
Rays.
I don't know why they took the devil out of it. I think people got a little too PC, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, dude, we should back up."
Do you think that was it, or do they want to be inclusive for more types of Rays? You know,
I think
like a Sting Ray, for example.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to go a little more goth.
Wait,
yeah.
What's the other one?
There they are.
A ray, like a sun ray?
Sun Ray? No. Like, I mean the animal
Stingray.
Stingray. Yeah, Stingray, Devil Ray. There's a bunch of different types.
There we go. So they got those are the Devil Ray unis that they're wearing this year.
Well, no, that's from like 1999. Fred McGriff is in the background of that picture.
They brought him back. So they're bringing him back this year. And that's
they
going to
wear
be the
them.
fun, flirty
They wear
thing.
them every year, right?
No. So they took the word devil off. I'm trying to
I
tell
know.
you this.
No, but it's a throwback that they wear like.
But
from time
devil's
to time.
going back on the jersey. Damn it.
Well, if it is, I'm going to buy one.
Yeah, it is.
Because
It's
I
back.
like that.
I want one that says Manta Ray.
Okay. Giorgio, we're all done here. 4 minutes and 26 seconds into the show. We're going to go ahead and cut that mic for the remainder of the day on Giorgio.
Or Spotted Eagle Ray.
Nope. Gonna just rip that right out of his hands. No
What
need
if it was-
to have him on the mic.
What if it was the Tampa Bay Ray Charles?
Well, I love that, dude.
And then it's just Jamie Foxx?
no
Throws
all,
out the first pitch of every game?
all the athletes are blind.
Oh, yeah.
Blind baseball.
Have you ever seen that?
I have. It's a sound.
Yeah, the ball beeps.
Yes.
It's fucking awesome.
It is sweet. I walked in on accidents on a blind softball league, And I just heard that whizzing of the ball, and I was like, what's going on? And I looked over, and they were blind, and I was like, oh, that's dope.
The Tampa Bay Ray Epps.
Here, I got some blind baseball for you.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
We allowed to play this on?
Yeah,
who cares anymore?
Well, we're going to lose $12 from this.
We make nothing off of YouTube, so who gives a shit anyways?
The Billy Ray Cyruses.
There it is.
He's trying to stay quiet so we can hear the beeping.
That's
of
right.
the
Yeah, the
ball
fans
and
have to stay
buzzing of the
quiet. So you
See,
can
they
hear
need
the
to do
beeping of the
it. They
baseball.
need to use the pitch comp system. The what do you call it? Like Bluetooth. Oh, he's throwing it quicker than I thought.
He's gonna die. Look at this, too close.
No, it's not too close. They're blind. Bob? Oh, man.
On cue.
He almost, is he going to third?
It's running the wrong way.
And he got tackled by somebody.
Okay, guys. We're not starting off like, oh, boy. Look
that's
at
a
that.
tater.
He roped it.
I'm just saying, you
roped
level
it.
up on that ball.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that snag in the outfield.
Wow.
Maybe that's next for us. Who knows? Who knows? Now, we're going to stay in the Tampa Bay area, and we also have a soccer team. We have our own Wrexham team now to root for. Hard AF Seltzer is the official hard seltzer now for the Tampa Bay Rowdies as well. Look at that. Is that the greatest logo you've ever seen in your life?
It's pretty good. It reminds me, back in the day, and Bob talks about this a lot, but a lot of the professional and college football teams all had the same general concept for a mascot.
Okay.
Whatever your mascot was, it was him in like a fucking Navy outfit, a tough-looking Navy outfit or something like that.
Yeah.
But this kind of harkens, that's what I think the original Boston Red Stockings in the late 19th century.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's where that comes from. Yeah,
This is still the Cincinnati Reds mascot, like the one that walks around.
I know exactly what you're
He's
talking
got
about.
the
Yep.
old twirly.
Yeah. And Bob, bring up their jerseys. They have awesome jerseys there. So we're Rowdy fans this year, and we're all in. I think our first game is April 1st. I know they've started the season, but we just signed the deal. But their jerseys are dope, dude.
Yeah.
Like, let's go Rowdies. Let's go Tampa Bay Rowdies there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Those are sweet.
It's not bad.
So we're amped. Obviously, we're licensed in Florida, and we're trying to make a big footprint there and then hopefully push out across the nation.
Yeah.
But trying to get into the Big Four sports like this is really, really hard. So when these opportunities arise like this, you got to get in while you can. We tried with the Magic, but somebody else owns that deal for another, I think, year and a half or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then hopefully we'll spread out. So we could not afford the Tennessee Titans. So I know you're saying, hey, Ross, you're live in Tennessee. Why not get the Titans? We couldn't afford that.
The issue is, so baseball plays 81 home games a year.
Correct.
Basketball plays 41 home games a year,
Yep.
so those are spread out over a larger period of time. The NFL, you get 8 or 9 home games,
I know.
which is like the basement for that kind of sponsorship is about $150K probably. If I had to guess.
It's a lot, and
that's the very least amount you would pay for something like that.
And we're not there yet. We're not there yet, okay? We're doing this by hand, D'Anthony and I. We're doing our best, dang it. But if you're going out to the ballpark this spring or summer, we will be in Miami Marlins Stadium and Tampa Bay Rays Stadium along with the Rowdies.
Yeah, and if you're in or around Miami and planning on, or if you're a baseball fan and just want to hang out, I think it's the 31st.
It is the 31st, Friday. We're gonna buy out a section of the Marlins game down there. Bob, it's Friday night, right?
Yeah, it's Friday night at 7.
Okay, Friday night at 7. We'll be there, and what we'll do is just tell you where our hotel's at, and then we can all meet up and then drive down together, because I don't know how to – they don't do hard tickets anymore. Yeah. Otherwise, I would just kind of hand them out. But it's a strange world with this.
It's the 31st for all of you asking for the date, and I'm going to throw out the first pitch at that game.
March 31st, yeah. We've requested that D'Anthony throws out the first pitch at that game, and stay tuned because that will be fun. Are you going high heat? What are you doing? You nervous?
No, I don't feel whatever that
emotions.
Is. But I will probably, starting next week, bring a mitt in, and so Bob and I can throw. So
yeah.
I'm not concerned about being able to throw the first pitch. I'm more concerned about fucking my arm up.
Okay.
Just having constant pain for 2 weeks. So if I stretch it out a little bit, first, that'll be fine.
I think you
get
gotta
the
go.
engines going.
You gotta go breaking ball. You gotta. People don't care about heat. They want to see movement on a first pitch.
Sure,
you
I'll
know?
throw a cutter.
Yeah, I think something sharp.
That'd be hilarious if
I'd
you
throw a
did.
cutter.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just like, this is the symbol when you're warming up for a curveball or a slider. Sliders kind of sweeping like this.
Yeah. Really.
Or glove out.
Fool up the
change
catcher.
up. Maybe I'll do that.
Sure.
We'll see.
Sure.
Or maybe I'll cross them up and hit the fucking umpire in the face. You know, to be honest,
Right.
and I hope they're not watching this since,
I
whatever.
hope they're not either. Bob is raging over there,
It would-
so they must be
M-I-Z.
losing.
it would be
Feel
super.
you, baby.
It would be super tempting. I'm sure you've all seen it, but that there was that guy throwing out the first pitch that time, and there was a Toyota promotion going on, so they were driving a fucking Tacoma behind home plate, and somehow about 20 degrees over to the left, he threw it beyond the catcher right through the fucking side window of that thing. That would be tempting.
That would be
to be
awesome.
honest,
That would
just
be awesome.
because it would be on SportsCenter, and then it'd be like,
For sure.
then I would call those guys and be like, hey, that was me that did that. You guys want an interview? And then I would go
Yeah.
on SportsCenter and call them all bitches. Kind of like a Trojan horse, but for being an asshole.
Either way, all of this is fun, and it's because of you guys buying the hard AF Seltzer everywhere. Again, we're live in 200 stores in Florida and Tennessee, so keep buying 12-packs when you're out, or get them shipped to your house at hardafseltzer.com, or you can just find the store locator. If you're near one of those states, type in your city or zip code, and Google Maps will take you right to the closest store. And that's what has made all of this possible, so thank you very much, and it should be hilarious. So what we're going to do, I just talked to all their team this morning, is pair up a Rays game and a Rowdies game on the same weekend. So they say the Rowdies play usually on Saturdays. And
Wednesdays
then,
and Saturdays, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Rays will be on Sunday, so we'll kind of bang it and pick a weekend, and then we'll tell you guys so you can meet us out there if you're in the Tampa area here in the next couple months. But it's fun. Now we got the news, kids. First up, the Pentagon mothership. Are we close to clapping some cheeks, brother? I hope so. An alien mothership could be in our solar system and sending probes to Earth, Pentagon officials have warned. The U.S. intelligence hub has claimed that smaller probes could be being used in a similar way of how NASA explores other planets. A report focusing on the restraints of unidentified aerial phenomena noted how a parent craft could send down smaller probes to Earth. This is what I'm talking about. I've said this forever, dude. But is there people in it? Is there little green people in it?
It could just be tech, right? It could just be drones. I think that's the working theory right now.
Coming from other planets?
Well, where else would it come from?
I always thought maybe it was the Chinese military or somebody like that who was kind of flying around something that we just didn't know about yet.
This is the plot to the movie Oblivion
Yeah,
with Tom Cruise.
pretty much, yeah.
It's a sentient giant AI ship comes and sends drones down to conquer Earth.
Okay.
And then also clones Tom Cruise, and he conquers Earth, but he doesn't know it.
Really?
Yeah, and if you're going to clone somebody,
Tom Cruise would be one
maybe
of the
pick
first
somebody a
guys.
little bit taller, I guess. But
No, he fits into holes. You got a tunnel rat.
Yeah, you got a tunnel wrap and all that shit. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I fit into holes too.
Yeah, you do.
All the time, Bob.
Yeah, you do.
But-
No, TC's a good one, dude. That guy doesn't age. He's, 60 now, and he still looks great.
Yeah, I mean, if you're spending all your resources on one person, you could probably keep him in tip-top shape.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'd probably go. I mean, he's the right amount of crazy, I think. He's crazy enough that he stays pretty motivated, no matter what.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I think is a good. If you're going to be the last surviving human being, that's probably a good trait to have.
I agree.
right?
I agree.
Otherwise, you're just going to kill yourself.
Because he does all the shit.
Oh,
He
yeah.
does all the shit in real life. So, I'm TC would be a good one. And the guy's fucking fearless. Watching all that footage from like Mission Impossible and all that shit, like I wouldn't do that, man. That's great. Put the stunt guy in there. It's fucking gnarly, man.
Yeah. So back to the story.
Yeah.
There's a report focusing on the restraints of unidentified aerial phenomena, noted how a quote-unquote parent craft could send down smaller probes to Earth. It was written by the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, which is, I fucking hate the government.
Yeah.
With their stupid acronyms. Just shut the fuck up. Anyways, Written by their chairman, Sean Kirkpatrick, and the chairman of Harvard University's astronomy department, Abraham Loeb, who warned the possibility of a big ship being out there. Formed in 2022, the AARO's aim is to track everything and anything unidentified, just classify and categorize and whatever else, whether it's in the sky or out in space or whatever the fuck else.
Yeah.
So here's what they wrote. An artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes during its close passage to Earth, an operational construct not too dissimilar from NASA missions. It continues, these, quote, dandelion seeds could be separated from the parent craft by the tidal gravitational force of the sun or by a maneuvering capability. So the general idea is that some kind of spacecraft that looks like maybe an asteroid or something like that could just be in some kind of orbit, probably an oblong orbit, and every time it passes close to the Earth, it fucking sends out probes and takes pictures and shit. Something like that. Now, there's something called Planet X. Are you familiar with this?
No.
So the laws of motion that we currently use, the laws of motion and relativity, are imperfect to describe our solar system. And there's an amount of gravity on the other side of the sun that appears to be throwing off our calculations a little bit. Could be dark matter. It could be one of the theories that it's a Planet X. There's a planet hiding behind the sun, basically, a big one that is changing our calculations a little bit. And that would be, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for it to be there, by the way. Like the way our solar system developed, the way it all came together, doesn't make sense that it would be there. So maybe that's some kind of spacecraft. You know what I mean? Who knows, right? But the point is,
I'm not sure, but I believe in this, and I believe that this is happening right now.
maybe, yeah. I mean, I just wish they would come down here so we could fuck them.
Yeah, well, I want to see people. My biggest concern, who is it? Who we have on the show that kind of debunked it, and he was just like, look, if they're sending things, there's no people in it. There's no green people in it, you know?
Who? I don't know. Probably Neil
Blonde
deGrasse
guy.
Tyson.
Neil, I think.
No, it wasn't Neil.
Blonde?
Blonde guy, yeah, short hair, spiky. Fuck. Used to do sports science on ESPN.
Oh, John Brinkus.
Yeah, why am I blanking on Brinkus' name? Sorry, John. I love you. He was the one who said, I think, yes, there is these drones or ships or whatever. There is, because I don't think they're manned. And that's kind of where I live, too. Do I want a fucking alien? Yes. And I want to do it like an hour ago, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
I mean, to be honest, if they just send one of the probes down here, I'll fuck that. I don't care.
Yeah, you put your
Because
dick in
they'll
anything.
see the footage, and
Yeah.
they'll know what we're about
Yes.
at that point.
Yes. And
You know what I mean?
and it'll shoot back up, and they'll be like, oh, shit, they look friendly, and that guy fucks. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll take care of it. I'll cook it a nice steak dinner.
You have to.
Fuck it. Then I'll clean it up afterwards.
Take
Maybe
it out?
Put it in the dishwasher. I'm not taking it out anywhere.
Okay.
Because I want to have what's between us.
Private.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to have that private.
But at some point, as the relationship progresses, we may end up in a dumpster behind Wendy's.
Yeah.
Right. But
Just to kind of
that's down the road.
make it real.
That's more like a honeymoon kind of situation
Sure.
for me.
Well, if things go right.
Yeah.
If things go well.
But I don't like to put any undue pressure on there. So
No, and you shouldn't. And I think you're going about this the right way, to be honest with you. Next up, more Meta layoffs. Are we still calling it Meta? Can we just call it Facebook? You know? Can we just call it Facebook at this point?
well, we're not going to have to call it anything here pretty soon if they keep up with this.
I know. Giorgio loved the metaverse, and he'll stand behind that till the day he dies.
Yeah, there was a good article in I don't know if it was Wired or something else the other day about how there's literally nobody left in the metaverse.
None. And they don't. Nobody can find any friends or do anything.
It's basically like an online dating chat room, kind of.
Yep.
Where it's, there's a bunch of women in the chat room, but they're all dudes. It's just dudes talking to dudes. But in this case, in Meta, it's engineers talking to other engineers. Mm-hmm. There's no actual customers in there anymore.
No.
Giorgio, when's the last time you visited Meta?
Never.
Metaverse.
Ever.
Yeah.
Not once have I ever joined, signed up for, entered a metaverse in any capacity whatsoever. I am excited, though, that they're pushing Apple's VR, AR headset forward. So we'll see what's up with that in like 8 months to a year.
There's seats over there, by the way. There's a ton of people in the studio. You can sit over there. Feel free.
Yeah, it's
Help
weird
yourself.
that you just fucking
Yeah, you sat on the floor,
like
dude.
a poor person.
Like a poor.
That's definitely a
We
me
have
move.
plenty of chairs in here. Yeah, party.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Either way, let's fuck some aliens.
Yeah,
right?
I want to fuck some aliens, and then if we're gonna fuck them, let's fuck them in Meta, I guess, or just take all the money from that and get it out of there.
That might be how we do it. Remember how they had sex in Demolition Man? They put those weird helmets on, and then it fucking just stimulated the parts of their brains. It's
great.
Or whatever. So
it's all great.
If I could put on a helmet and fucking alien virtually.
Yeah.
And Bob is coming.
Bob is losing his shit. What's Missouri at right now, Bob?
They're up by 9 points.
I know. He's losing his mind because he hit a 3, and they're up 9 now.
Oh, God. Get over it. Jesus Christ,
Hurt
Bob.
my elbow.
Yeah, you should have. There's 5 minutes left. You're up by 9.
Utah State.
Yeah, Utah State.
You
bro.
should. Nobody should care this much about Mormons.
Exactly. Meta, the owner of Facebook and Instagram, said on Tuesday that it planned to lay off another 10,000 employees, or roughly 13% of its workforce. The latest move to kind of curb what the company's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, has called a year of efficiency. Doesn't sound like it, Zuck. The layoffs would affect Meta's recruiting team this week with a restructuring of its tech and business groups to come in April and May. Mr. Zuckerberg said in a memo posted on the company's website that the announcement is the company's second round of cuts within the past year. In November, Meta laid off 11,000 people then. So this isn't good. I mean, what are you? You're looking at 25% now of the company? A quarter of the company's been laid off in 4 months?
Correct.
God damn.
Well, 4.5.
Yeah.
But they also
Who's
pulled.
counting?
There was an additional 5,000 job postings that they had on the interwebs, and those have all been pulled down as well. So not only did they lose 25,000 or 25% of their company, they also suspended 5,000 new jobs they were going to add, which would have been 1/12 of the company or something like that.
Yeah.
At this point, so yeah, it's not looking good for these guys. I mean, they're too big to fail. Honestly,
Yeah.
Facebook is. There's too many. There's too much data, too many subscribers to it for it to actually fail. So it's not going to fail or anything like that. But they need to get. They need to get an actual CEO into that company, and get this stupid motherfucker out of the way with his weird pipe dreams that nobody cares about.
I know.
I mean, it lasts for a little while. Some of the fucking ingenuity from him and his team early on was nice, even in the middle part. But the last like 3 big projects they did, the metaverse, Facebook Live. Or Facebook Watch, rather, and then the marketing platform on Facebook. They've all failed horribly in the last 3 years.
Don't forget about Facebook TV.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's gone too. They were doing shows for a little bit. I think the one where Brady was making out with his son was on there. And then that Post Malone one that we've never heard of.
But this is like, you have to bifurcate your business when you're in tech, when it gets that large. If you're in a business like that, people expect new shit from you all the time. So you have to have one silo in your company making new shit, right? Which is they've been doing that, but they haven't improved on any of the stuff they've had.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the second part of that is start buying other businesses. Mint Mobile just got bought.
Yep.
They're not doing anything differently than any other cell phone company.
No.
They're just charging different rates with a different value proposition, and they got bought.
Yeah.
Facebook's got trillions of dollars market cap wise. Like, was it 19 trillion, I think is their market cap? Something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So go buy companies. I mean, don't be surprised if you see Vine make a comeback on Twitter. So Elon Musk owns Vine, right? I think that's coming back soon, and that's a good idea.
Should.
Go find some nostalgic bullshit, purchase it, put it back out into your marketplace.
Yeah.
That's the way to do this. They've got. I can't believe the board still allows Zuckerberg to run this company.
I don't know how much longer it's going to last.
It's been since 2016. They've been.
Is
on
there
like
value to a celebrity CEO?
There is some value if he's not incompetent. Right?
Man, so they tried it.
All right, I'm not trying to get.
I mean, he's a lightning rod for bullshit.
I'm not trying to get political, but the Trump organization, very good at marketing because they were always like, you knew who the Trumps were. I'm not even talking about politics. Like, they were always really good at real estate in part because big name, always. They were, the X's and O's were not as good as just their marketing was.
Yeah, I look, they tried this in the past. It was MySpace. So MySpace got bought, a piece of it, by Justin Timberlake, and they were going to turn it into all music.
MySpace was dead then, they were trying to, Justin Timberlake was the fucking paddles, like trying to get the heart back going.
I agree, and I think if you're Facebook, you've got to be more creative as somebody else. Instagram, I would honestly, if you're going celebrity route, I would just give it to the Kardashians. I really would give them a huge chunk and then let them go nuts on there because their reality shows and all their bullshit, I think they're looking at moving it over to an app now. They signed a big deal with Hulu and their TV shows are over there. I think if you just brought all of their projects in there under Instagram and gave them a cut of it, that could certainly get the ball rolling.
They should immediately buy TikTok right now.
I don't know if they can afford. What do you think TikTok's worth right
It's worth about $75 billion. And yes, absolutely, Facebook can buy that.
Okay. Then why not do it sooner?
Because CCP doesn't want to give it up. Because it's a recruiting tool, it's a data tool for them, it's a spy tool, it's everything.
Isn't the government going to make them sell it soon?
They tried, right?
Yeah.
In 2019.
I think there's a new.
There's a new one. They're trying to. Yeah.
Oracle was this close to buying it.
Yeah.
So if Oracle can buy it, I'm pretty sure that fucking Meta can buy it.
I agree. Meta stock rose more than 7% by the close of trading on Tuesday after this. Look, I talked to some tech friends of mine. Anybody who's bitching about stocks, and let's face it, Facebook stock is in the goddamn toilets. When you do a huge round of layoffs like this, the shareholders love it, and the stock shoots up. So it only lasts for so long, and then it will drop back down again. I don't know what the fuck they do. I really don't. And like as strict as they're getting on Facebook and Instagram at this point, I'm not sure where they go.
Well, the people they fired were their, like a lot of their DEI and censorship people.
Okay.
A lot of those people got fired. So that's who always goes first. It's like middle managers and to be honest, this probably is not necessarily, or it's probably not only indicative of Meta's financial and production woes necessarily. I don't think. I think it might be they saw how effective it was for Twitter.
Okay.
To get rid of 75% of their personnel and still provide the exact same product. Now, boards will put up with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of woke nonsense that happens in finance and tech these days, but ultimately, people want to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the board is there to make money.
And so are the shareholders. So they're going to want him out, but they've wanted him out for a while. What's the stipulation in his contract that they can't get him out of there? Does anybody know that? Because he should have been gone a couple years ago. This Meta bullshit, man. I've said it since day one, was stupid. Last night during some of the March Madness games, like the one that Bob is freaking out about right now, they were running these commercials on how to use Oculus and what the best use of Oculus was. And it's so fun and it's so exciting. And one of the examples that they used was an entire office building wearing these fucking headsets, walking around doing meetings and shit.
Why wouldn't you just stay at your house?
I don't know.
And not spend money on rent for a fucking office space.
The dumbest goddamn thing I've ever seen, where it's like, all right, great, you want me to put on a fucking Daft Punk helmet and then jostle with my buddies in front of them because you can't really see where you are.
Sometimes stuff is just cool and there's no real efficient use for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a sword, for example. Some people like knives. They like blades. They just enjoy the way they look. There's something aesthetic about them or whatever the fuck. I don't know why people like that shit. People like snakes too. I don't get that either. But
yeah.
People like blades and knives and stuff, and they'll go out and spend fucking thousands of dollars on a goddamn sword. Like, dude, what are you doing with that?
I don't know.
But people do it, right? Sometimes stuff is just cool. You just like it, so you're willing to spend money on it. But you can't. That's not a fucking billion-dollar business.
Right.
That's like a very niche thing. And it doesn't fall in line with so everything else that that Facebook Meta did prior to this weird fucking tangent that he's been on since 2016 was like, hey, I think people will like this, so we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's not that. Now it's just like, oh, we think this is cool, so we're gonna make it. Like that's not a business, to be honest.
No, and for whatever reason, he's hung up on this metaverse thing, and it's a failure. I don't see a way out of this anytime soon. And it's not cool enough for kids, where on the flip side of this, those VR headsets, the one thing I'll say about them is for video games for kids, like that's fun. But they don't want to do this bullshit, man.
Kids are playing fucking Roblox.
Yeah.
Which is essentially 16-bit.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck about how cool. They don't care about going to the theater and seeing something on a big ass screen anymore like that. That's not a thing. They want to fucking be with their friends.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way to capture that shit. If the only reasonable, so you know, kids, they'll fucking sit on. Your kids do it with with Ashley and Homeboy's kids.
Yeah.
To sit on the tablet on FaceTime for 3 goddamn hours.
Yeah, and they'll
Not
just,
even talking to each other sometimes. They're just in the same space. The kids, they're on the iPad.
They
And
like
your kid-
hanging out with each other and communicating with
Yeah.
each other. And, if you're far away or it's raining or whatever, like, it's great. And they'll just hang out like they're just hanging out with their buddies.
Yeah, and it's almost like it's the communication device is background noise. Almost.
Right.
They're still doing whatever they were doing before. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm playing Roblox. What are you doing? Oh, I'm playing Roblox. And they're just on FaceTime.
They just want a little buddy there.
You can't, there's no amount of like, you can't improve graphics enough to matter to that user. You know what I mean?
Well,
they don't give a shit.
The other thing is back to your nostalgia comment there. It is very, very real. With Roblox and all that stuff, it's very simple. The games that, like, take, for example, my kids ask for.
Like Minecraft and shit like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted Tony Hawk, the original Tony Hawk. And I was like, wait, what? And we popped it on, and I was like, holy shit.
Graphics aren't a thing anymore. It used to be like for when we were kids, it was more of like, look at the newest,
Yeah.
fuck, it looks
Now it's all
real.
blur core.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
Like it's legit. Yeah, go look at
Super strange.
If you've got if you have children that are 10 to 18 years old, even 10 to 25 maybe, look at their social media and there's a bunch of weird out of focus pictures.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What the fuck is the point of that? Oh, it's artistic. No, you just suck at taking pictures.
Yeah,
dude.
you're terrible at it.
The remastered Tony Hawk 1 and 2 is pretty fucking awesome, though. I've been playing on PS5. It's really good.
Is it?
Okay.
And then, like, if you look at, like, Minecraft and Roblox, like, it's nothing more than, like, digital Legos.
Yeah.
I mean, and,
100%.
like, we still love Legos.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a counter. It's a counter program, right? Meaning there's a number on the board that keeps going up, and you get addicted to making that number go up more. You know what I mean? Or accomplishing little fucking micro things. It's all they did was capitalize on human psychology and make a video game to keep you distracted, right? Which is, entertainment used to be to provide value. And now it's just to keep your attention so they can sell you shit.
Yeah.
Roblox has some cool games. Like there's a World War I shooter.
You
play
can
on
make
Roblox.
your own games in
Yeah,
Roblox,
and you can, and it teaches you how to code, learn to code,
Yeah.
learn to code on Roblox.
You got to code, dude.
Give it to all those coal miners then.
Code, exactly. Get them out of the coal mine, Bruce Springsteen. Put them up in an office and let them code. Or put them on a GhostBed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. I'm sure the coal miners could use a nice sleep. Damn it. Right now, call it March Madness. Call it March Mayhem. They've got the largest deals in history. 50% off the bundle package. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. And it also comes in a split king. So it's got 2 remote controls instead of 1. You can go upsy, downsy, all aroundsies. Like right now, if Bob was watching the Mizzou game in bed with his wife, she'd be sleeping, and Bob's side would be up, and he'd be pounding on the fucking side of the wood,
Pounded on a lot.
Yeah. What do we got for a score there, Bobby?
Missouri has a very nice 69 points.
There it is.
Utah 61. There's a minute 40 left.
If they blow an 8-point lead,
Yeah.
We have the ball, but there's 2.3 left on the shot clock. It's an inbound play.
There you go.
Look, I'm just getting drunk, and I don't. Are we doing a show?
We sure are, Bob.
Oh.
Sure are. But it's March Madness. Everybody's doing the same thing, and we don't care. Dingus. The same way Bob's wife doesn't care about Mizzou basketball. I bet she doesn't even know this is on right now, and I understand it. Next up is 40% off everything in the entire store with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. That is pillows, sheets, mattresses, adjustable bases, covers. All the things are 40% off there. So if you just want that adjustable base by itself, you can still get 40% off it. You just want the mattress by itself, 40% off. Promo code Drinkin Bros at checkouts. When you scroll down, you're going to see a 3-year pay-as-you-go program as long as you have decent credits. Click that box, and all the deals that I mentioned are applicable with that. And it is still about $25 a month there at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Biggest savings they've ever had in the history of their store. Next up, America's food sucks. Troubling new research finds the majority of foods purchased by Americans, 60%, contain any number of artificial additives such as preservatives, sweeteners, and coloring of flavoring agents. Even worse, these levels represent a 10% increase since 2001. The study makes a strong case that the prevalence of food additives is on the rise in a major way. For instance, the average amount of additives in food and beverage products added by manufacturers has increased significantly between 2000, which is right about 3.7, and then 2019, which is right around 4.5. Food additives are so
ubiquitous
that the first place, thanks to their ability to extend various food shelf lives and improve
palatability.
There it is.
Seriously?
More? What? What?
Palatability is fucking
I'm
phonetic as shit.
just getting everyone involved. It is
Addition,
not because I'm dumb.
I'm with you, Ross.
March Madness
It
is
is
throwing
not
assists.
because I'm dumb or I've been drinking all day. All right?
Bob has no room to talk. No judgment
Getting
from him.
everyone involved, okay? Food is seen in drastic reductions in testosterone levels over that time period. Despite this, the health consequences of consuming these substances are still woefully understudied and not clear. What do you think of this?
I mean, it's certainly correlated with a lot of health issues.
Yeah.
Like obesity, diabetes up amongst people. Depression is up. Suicide rates are up. Low testosterone's up.
Yep.
Hormone issues in general. So, hard to say if any of this specifically affects all of those things, but it definitely affects. We know for a fact it affects some of them, right?
Yeah.
Like DHA or BHA and BHT and things like that have been problematic throughout the years. There's a lot of conspiracy nonsense surrounding that stuff, but the the reality is you shouldn't go into the center part of any grocery store ever. Like you should walk around the edges of the grocery store because that's the only place you're going to find anything of quality.
You're talking about produce, vegetables,
And meat.
meats.
I mean, I wouldn't even recommend eating produce, frankly, but especially not anything that's water bearing. So fruits and lettuces.
Okay.
I wouldn't buy any of that from a store.
Georgia, your diet consists of gas station food pretty much every day.
Not at all. You will never find me eating gas station food. It's in the slightest.
You were a liar. Like you were lying to my face right now.
No,
you eat at Valero gas station every day at that Mexican joint.
There is a restaurant that rents area in a gas station. It's not gas station food. That infers like what Dan is saying, like processed food that have additives and preservatives, things in bags, which you will never find me eating.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat anything that comes out of a bag, probably, if you can help it.
And honestly, that guy who cooks there is a great dude. Probably sources a lot of his stuff locally.
I bet you it's coming from the fucking back, dude. Whatever cats are out there, he's chopping them up and then serving them to you. And I'm fine with it. It tastes delicious.
Why do you hate this man? Because he's living out his American dream.
I love the dream.
He has a giant.
I support the dream.
flat
I
top
love the
grill
dream.
there. He's making giant vats of rice and beans every morning. The dude's doing like catering. I mean,
I love them. I love all of it. It tastes great. But here's the difference, Giorgio. I'm not pretending to eat good food. I know what I'm getting. I'm getting fucking street meat, and I'm shitting through a screen door afterwards. And I'm fine with it. I'll spread my cheeks with arms wide open and fucking shit everywhere because I enjoy it, dude. I enjoy that food. Where did you go last time? Chipotle?
Why are you taking your shirt off?
Why are you taking your shirt off over there?
because you don't look this good in your mid-30s by eating shit fucking gas station.
No.
Why don't you get that Quado sawed off the top of your shoulder there, asshole?
Did you see Michael Phelps' diet when he was going for the Olympics?
Yeah, he mostly ate ass, I think.
Yeah, and like 9 pounds of fucking Subway. He was keeping Jared Fogle there. This is all natural. This is God's gift right here. You're one of those people who was just born like that.
Nah, man. This is clean eating, working out hard as fuck every day for like the past 8 months. So,
Giorgio, you brought an entire large pizza in there and just ate it in front of our faces the other day. Margarita pizza. Where was that from? Stoney's. It was from Stoney's. Yes or no?
Yeah, but he's still burning more calories than he's putting in.
Yeah,
I understand
that's how it
that.
works.
You burn that whole pizza rolling with dudes.
I understand that, but most people just can't eat any fucking fast food everywhere and then burn that off. A pizza like that, how many calories would you reckon in a large pizza?
Probably 1,800.
How many carbs?
Probably, if I had to guess, 250.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean,
You
it's
can track your macros.
It's fucking gnarly, dude.
36 grams for a large pizza.
For an entire large pizza?
That's not true.
Yeah.
Not one.
Not
there's
serving
no.
size.
That's not true.
That's not true.
not possible.
I'm sorry, they
per
fucking
slice.
Google.
Per serving size.
Yeah, that'd be per slice.
Yeah,
probably.
Google does per slice for some reason first. 284 grams.
Yeah. So that's about right. And then whatever else you eat throughout the day, because I'm sure you just didn't stop at that pizza, right?
Sometimes I don't eat at night. I like to intermittent fast quite a bit. Keep myself within probably an 8 to 10 hour feeding window. 10 if I'm like kind of partying. 8's where I usually like to stay. Black coffee in the morning, no sugar, at least 32 ounces of water before 10 a.m.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. And I understand all that.
It's just,
And you work out hard, but how old are you?
34.
Check back in 5 years. Let me know how that
In 5
metabolism
years, I'm going to be on the sauce, Ross. So it'll be fine. I'm just trying to stave off whenever I got to get on the sauce, man.
All I'm saying is this is a Liver King comparison right now where most people can't fucking do this every day. You know?
I hope
Most people
have
can.
They sure
the
can't.
money to have Liver King stacked.
Single people can absolutely do it all day long.
There's a really easy solution to this. It's to stop eating bullshit and just eat steak all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I
With
agree.
a side steak.
A side stick. He eats a steak with a side
Well,
stick.
so I'm making bison ragu with some pappardelle fucking pasta tonight, but I made the pasta myself, so I feel like that's okay.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have a side of Wagyu beef.
Oh, wow. Where'd you get
That's
the Wagyu from?
But don't worry about that.
Yeah, all right.
Actually, I think I got it from Crowd Cow.
Crowd cow?
Yeah.
I don't know what that
I
is.
buy meat from like 5 different places.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun.
It's going to be fun, yeah. The funnest part about it is none of you cunts will be there.
No, none of us will be there.
Yeah.
Bob, they win. Missouri won. Congratulations.
We are on to the second round.
You play Arizona next. That's where I have you guys going down next round.
We're gonna beat Arizona. Call it now. You want to bet it? If you honestly, you might get a good money line on that. Arizona, one of the most turnover-prone teams in the country. Right?
Or, they still got to go through Princeton first.
Oh, please. Please.
This
I'm
is
all in
Bob's
on
fourth
Arizona.
beer, so listen to nothing that he says right
I'm
now. He's
all in on
high
Arizona.
Mizzou.
This is fourth beer. I had a seltzer too.
There you go.
Look, I'm just.
The second that line drops, I'm in it. Speaking of lines, our next sponsor is MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your first deposits all the way up to $1,000. I've been all over that goddamn site. Last night, tonight, all day, betting live lines, the whole shit. It's a blast. If you're rooting for Bob, you can bet on Missouri. If you're rooting for me in my bracket, I got Arizona in that next matchup, and I'm looking forward to it. That'll be on Saturday. Also, been on fire on the golf show. 3 wins this year out of 7. Looking to continue that dominance over the weekend.
Renaming that show, right?
Might, if I win again this weekend.
We'll call it world number 1, yeah.
Yeah, it's just call it Money in My Pocket. That's all. Just I Like Money. It's called I Like Money by Ross. And if you're out there and you want to bet on some NBA or some other fun stuff, and the Masters is coming up, it's all coming down the pipe. I mean, shit, there's a million games to bet on. It's going to be probably the greatest weekends that we have. Is this the greatest weekend of the year? St. Patrick's Day, March Madness, everything else?
It's up there, yeah.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be. So much fucking fun. Everybody's here partying. Bob lost his mind over Utah State. Don't want to be around you on Saturday.
Yeah, it's just for my wife and children to suffer through.
Sure.
But St. Patrick's Day is Friday, so we're just gonna take it into the weekend. And what I mean by I'm gonna celebrate a traditional St. Patrick's Day.
Sure.
Which is to pop your wife in the eye or what?
Yeah.
Because
It's essentially
drunk Irish people. There's going to be
little
some
domestic
nasty
violence, brother.
I'm gonna be very drunk, and my wife's gonna be juggling babies with no help.
Yeah.
And being like, "Can you please help me?" And I'll be like, "Get the fuck out the fucking room!"
Yeah.
I'm watching the game.
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. It's half an Irish accent. I feel like you got halfway.
I can't.
there.
Yeah, I can't
You
yell.
know what makes sense almost is to, before these big sporting event weekends or time periods, to frame your wife for a crime and just leave her in lockup for 72 hours so you can get through the fucking day.
But then you got to take care of the kids.
No, you hire somebody for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
drop
What
them off the
No,
firehouse.
You're a man. You're not going to take care of your children.
There's a firehouse right up the road.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, bail's $500 minimum.
Yeah.
A babysitter's like $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
you do the math.
or maybe get her on a 5150 so it's like a
Cycled.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they'll
a
keep her for
72-hour
72
hold no
hours,
matter
yeah.
what.
Yeah.
That way no money comes out of your pocket because she's been institutionalized and you can't be charged for that.
I agree.
Exactly.
And once it's sort of like, once you kill the first person, it's easier to kill the second, third. Once you cheat, it's easier to cheat again. Once you get them booked for hysteria,
Yeah.
the first time,
Yeah.
they'll believe you.
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
you just
sure
call them
will.
back like, hey, she's acting up again.
Yeah, right.
She's crazy. I had to beat her. I had to
weird.
fucking beat her, officer.
It always happens right before Missouri plays basketball.
I know, it's strange, man. A lot of domestic violence up in Dripping Springs right before Mizzou plays basketball. But go to MyBookie.com. Use that promo code Drinkin Bros to double your first deposit up to $1,000. And let's fucking go, dude. I got that other game by a hook, by the way, earlier. That's West Virginia game. Super fucking amped. 2 for 2. Looking good, feeling good. Next up, predicting the weather. There's a world of people who think about natural disasters every single day. You can find them at events like the Natural Disasters Expo, held this year in Miami Beach, Florida. Attendees of the event heard from a range of private and government experts about disaster preparedness, mitigation, and recovery. At the latest expo at booth 1042 was the phrase, "If you knew, what would you do?" I like that.
I don't like when things rhyme.
I do. It's very easy to remember.
I don't like it.
I can't remember
like
people's
if
names.
My brain is like 2 or 3 seconds ahead of my body most of the time. And sometimes I'll find myself halfway through a sentence and I realize I'm about to rhyme 2 words in it and I'll just stop talking. I fucking hate it. I don't know why. It's some weird thing.
Yeah, my penis is about 3 seconds ahead of my body. It's like a blind stick, you know? Just kind of tapping out the crosswalks to make sure it's safe to go ahead and move. But I have not heard of this. Is this a real thing?
Well,
This expo down there?
Yeah, the expo is real. We knew about that.
I've never heard of it.
This new thing, that if you knew, what would you do is the motto of a company called Weather 2020.
Okay.
And it was founded by a retired broadcast meteorologist, and it uses proprietary...
Oh, Gary Lezak. Yeah, dude. Big fan of his work.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, he fucks.
Can you pull up a picture of this guy?
Pull up a picture of Gary Lezak.
Lezak. I don't think he's somebody.
Ross has no idea who this is.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He fucks.
With his head, maybe.
Look at that
Little chrome
guy.
action.
Look at those chompers, baby. Those
This
are brand
is the
new.
First, what shows up for Gary?
Look
Lezak?
at those veneers.
this Gary?
Fuck.
He looks like
He's got his
actually-
name right there.
who's the Swedish chef Beaker? He looks like Beaker with no hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a
glasses.
good one, actually. Is he hulking? Is he far too big of a human being?
Yeah, he
He's
just
massive.
dunked that
Yeah,
basketball.
Look at that. He threw it over his face.
and he
threw it
came
over
back
his head,
and
dude.
posed for this picture before the ball went through the net.
Sure did.
So maybe Missouri can pick him up.
Look at the dominance on Gary
We
Lezak.
could use the rebounding.
Man, you don't want to see that guy behind your wife after work.
Any-
Oh, shit. Gary's over again.
He does have who's that porn guy?
Oh,
Sims.
yes.
Johnny
Sims,
Sims.
Yeah.
No.
Just sweating from that head down on her.
Has Johnny Sins played a meteorologist yet?
Oh yeah.
In a
We can
porn?
set it up.
Okay.
He'll say something like, "Oh, watch out, honey, it's about to rain,"
Yeah.
and then spray semen all over.
Yeah,
the
there's a 40% chance of cum. And then fucking Sins unleashes.
Anyway, so this company, they use proprietary methodology, and it claims it's capable of predicting natural disasters like snowstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, whatever, up to 10 months in advance.
Really?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
According to that bald bitch that we just saw,
Gary Lezak.
it's the only company that can do it. The idea is that these predictions could save money and lives and blah, blah, blah. In October, he touted Weather 2020's prediction of Hurricane Ian using a, quote, peer-reviewed methodology and weather prediction technique called, quote, Lezak's recurring cycle, LRC. Named it after himself,
Sure did.
which is a...
I love it. You know I love that. Anybody who names shit after themselves or refers to themselves in the third person is my new homie.
He alleges that they identified a weather system back in March that would hit Florida, Cuba, and the Bahamas sometime between September and early October. I mean, to be honest, this seems very... Nostradamus, like you just make a bunch of really vague claims, like, "Oh, there's going to be a hurricane during hurricane season."
Yeah.
No shit.
Honestly, and predicting a hurricane seems you can relatively ballpark
Well,
that.
10 months in advance, but yeah, I mean, they only happen at certain times of the
Right,
year.
but
so,
tornadoes,
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck you're going
well,
to
we've
predict
never
a
predicted an earthquake either,
Right.
ever. Not once in the history of human beings have we predicted an earthquake, even like minutes in advance. So, we'll see. I think this guy's full of shit.
I don't. I love him. I believe in him. Lezak's ball sack is where I'm on right now. I'm hanging on the end of it, dude.
It does kind of feel like we're slipping into an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Where there's a fucking mothership and some dude's predicting the weather.
This is great, dude. This is great. Gary's leading the fucking charge. Big fan
Life
of this
is
guy.
super boring.
Is it?
Yeah. So this would be nice. I mean,
Maybe.
If you could tell me where major weather events were going to be and I could just go hang out there.
Oh, there's a friend of ours who's going to chase a storm soon.
Well, I'm not chasing the storm. I'm showing up right afterwards to loot and murder.
All right. Fair enough.
The nice thing about tornado is it takes all the loot out of the house for you.
Yeah, or at least the people, right? But
One or the
way.
other or both.
What's that? What was that HBO show with all the people from The Wire about the New Orleans thing?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Treme. Yeah.
Treme.
Wasn't that what it was about? I never watched it.
It was about like the recovery. It was like after the fact. And
But weren't there a bunch of people down there just like straight up robbing and murdering people because there was no?
Yeah, well, it's New Orleans.
That's just New Orleans. Yeah. Doing New Orleans stuff.
I like
You don't see a guy like Gary Lezak down on those streets. You know what I'm saying? You don't see a beautiful honky like that out there.
No, I actually found a pretty intimate photo of Gary Lezak.
Shut the fuck up. Is that him? Pop that up on screen. Wow, he's jacked,
No,
dude.
that's Johnny Sins.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, you had me. I thought that was Lezak. Brother. Damn,
They
dude.
played.
Yeah, it plays. He'll play, dude. Johnny Sins will fucking play. Next up, sponsor-wise, we got expressvpn.com/drinking bros. Going online without ExpressVPN is like changing while leaving your window wide open, which I don't mind, you know?
I was going to use a much harsher
You sure
analogy,
were.
but
You
let's
sure
stick
were.
with that one.
Yeah, you might not have anything to hide, but why give random creeps a chance to invade your privacy? Everybody needs a VPN. When you go online without one, it's you're getting tracked. Let's just be honest with you. They're tracking everything you do. Voice, fucking all of it. This is a seamless, invisible app that just runs in the background of all your electronic devices, computers, iPads, iPhones, you name it, and you're good to go there. And we're all getting those warnings about passwords and all that other fucking bullshit right now. And some of these guys can sell legally your information because you're clicking on the cookies and all that other bullshit. What is that with every fucking tab that pops up that's like, I need permission of all your access?
It's the new privacy laws that came out after Facebook fucking like stole all of your information.
Great. I'm tired of clicking that fucking box. That's why I use it. You can browse more anonymously, and no one can see your online activity. Your identity is completely secure on a VPN server. Your data is also encrypted for maximum protection. Fire up the app and click one button. Once again, it works on phones, laptops, even routers. So everybody who shares your Wi-Fi can be protected. Go to expressvpn.com/drinkingbros today. That is expressvpn.com/drinkingbros. And you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/drinkingbros. I've had that for like 4 years now. I think it's only like $7 a month. It's great, dude. So far, so good. I haven't gotten fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Next up, Little League losers. Little League sports, youth sports, if you will, are a great tool to teach kids how to be active, how to work together and solve conflicts, and the relationship between effort/preparation and success. But as is the case with most things these days, we're kind of fucking it all up. Check out this bullshit advertisement Little League Baseball is running at the moment called Win or Lose.
Yeah, Bob, can you pull that up?
Yeah, here's a statement from their site. When you go there, win or lose, we just want to play. According to the Aspen Institute Project Play, the average child spends less than 3 years playing a sport, quitting by age 11, most often because the sport just isn't fun anymore. As the Little League region and World Series tournaments come into full swing, Little League and ESPN have teamed up to launch a new public service announcement aimed at addressing the rise in win at all cost behavior by parents and coaches and the negative impact it has on children. just looking to have fun in the sport. That's a big no from me, dog. Sorry, Little League.
Yeah, that's what's a delicate way to put that? That's fucking gay.
Yeah, it's for pussies.
Go ahead and play this ad.
There's two in the link you sent. There's kids have had enough, or tale of two coaches.
Let's go Tale of Two Coaches first.
Is the one I want to see.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see that one pops up. Oh, look at him.
What was that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How much fun was that? That was no kind of fun at all. You never stop fighting. That's us. That's who we are. You think that's effort? Do you even want to win? Because I do. I'm proud of you. Don't bring that on the field next time. Bring it in. 1, 2, 3.
So here's how real life works.
Wait, hang on. The guy in the blue is the guy that I beat every fucking weekend in all the sports that I coach for my kids. Because he's a fucking loser. He's teaching his kids to be losers, and they're gonna go home and fucking lose at life.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Most people are going to be mediocre.
Yeah.
But the only way to extract greatness out of the people who are capable of it is to apply a lot of pressure on them,
Yep.
right? Iron sharpens iron. We say that a lot. If you treat your kids, or if you tell your children that win or lose, as long as you had fun, then it's okay, then they're going to be fucking losers.
Yes.
That's loser bullshit. And that's why we have an entire generation of loser children walking around who can't even make eye contact with or talk to other people. This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. And case in points, I win all the time. Now, when I was in the hospital, somebody else had to take over. My son was on this losing team. He fucking hated playing. And he came home and he was just like, when I got out, he's like, Dad.
That's still on your program. Chris Beard's not with Texas anymore. They're still winning, man.
Yeah, cool. I didn't get to pick my players. You know, I don't get to give them NIL deals, right? So with that, I said he said he didn't want to play anymore. He didn't want to play anymore.
Get him a bike.
Play what, soccer?
No, baseball. He was like, hey, dude, I want to get out of baseball. And I was like, why? And he goes, well, we keep losing and it's not fun. And I go, you're goddamn right. All the parents said the same thing. They were like, dude, this isn't fun being here every Saturday. We have no incentive if our kids are going to fucking lose every goddamn week.
And to be honest, if your kid's having fun losing, then your kid sucks.
Yeah. And if he wants to have fun, it's something else. Like take him to urban air. Let him fucking fly around in the cage and do, you know, that type of fun stuff. Like, no need to play sports because there is a winner and a loser.
What's the level of getting up their ass that you're comfortable with, though?
The guy in that fucking red right there.
Effort.
And I don't care if there's mistakes. I say the same thing to the kids every single week. I was like, look, I don't care if there's mistakes. I don't care if a goal goes by or whatever it is. You know, you don't hit the home run or whatever. But you got to try and you have to listen. Just try your hardest and listen. That's all I give a fuck about. Like there was a kid, we were short last week. We didn't have enough kids. And the goalie had to come out and play center forward and all that stuff. I've never seen a kid run that hard back and forth on both sides of the ball. And with a minute left, he let a goal in and the whole team collapsed on the field. Even though we lost, and it's my first loss in 3 fucking years. We were short on kids. So... we were short that week, but I personally, and I don't know his parents whatsoever. This is a true story. I went out of my way to find that dad's phone number, and I said, I've never seen a performance out of a child like that, going end to end for an entire game. If you weren't there, you should be unbelievably proud of your kid. And even though we lost, that was the best performance I've ever seen out of a kid. Going end to end like that, short on people, and it was incredible.
You want to unpack this loss a little bit?
No, we were short, so there's nothing I can do about it.
What would you tell them in a full strength loss?
Oh, full strength
where they just lost.
Yeah, so
you're not.
Sure.
You lose. You fucking lose sometimes. Like,
it's been a long time.
But I mean, like a full strength loss where it's just like, you know, we just fucking lost.
More effort. You got to be there in practice. You got to listen more. Things like that. Nothing mean, malicious, anything like that. But you got to try your hardest.
This guy's kind of a dickhole. I'm not defending it, but I'm saying the point is, like, remember, actually, it wasn't the coach, but you remember the thing from Dripping Springs?
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
Where the fucking parents was like, hey, he's a firefighter. He's allowed to talk to you, umpire. And he just kept yelling at the umpire for shit. You want to get those people the fuck out.
Now, if you cut to the end of this video that we just saw, this commercial, I guarantee you the team in red won this game.
Probably. But if I was one of these kids on the red team and if I was a good player, I would look at this coach and be like, I'm not listening to you. Would you play high school ball? You make the varsity team as a senior?
I think
Fuck off, old man.
the difference, what you have to do with kids, is if they are better than everybody else, you've got to put more challenges on them, and I'll do that a lot.
It's a really,
and then I'll tell their parents to move them up.
And they,
it is an important lesson to learn as a child, the direct causal link between effort, attitude, preparation, and success, and also the fact that there are other people counting on you. And you should not feel good about letting other people down. Setting that as a precedent as a child makes you a piece of fucking shit for the rest of your life. And it's why we have all these people walking around now acting like fucking victims, where any circumstance in life where we used to measure success or integrity by how you persevered through it. Now we just say, oh, that's not fair, and make it part of our identity that it's not fair anymore. That's where we are, people that are not responsible to each other. And it is the essence of societal decay. That's why nobody can count on any institution anymore, because we can't even count on each other.
Do you
so
think-
I don't have a problem getting fucking in some kid's ass who's being a little bitch.
Me neither. And,
agree.
I'll go back to, because I've been coaching my kids' team since 5. We lost in the championship as 5-year-olds. Same thing. We were short. The kids' parents went out of town or whatever, and there was one kid crying after the game at 5 years old. And at 5, you don't really know why. So I went up to him and I said, "Hey," I was like, "Why are you crying?" And he goes, "Because we lost." And I go, "Oh, winning meant that much to you?"
So
and he said, "Yes, it does." And he goes, "I get a smaller trophy now because I didn't win." And I was like, "Well, a little more effort next time, and you can get the bigger trophy." And he said, "I will."
But it's a good lesson too for the
is.
high performers
Yeah.
on your team, because you can say, hey, it's not enough for you to perform well. Everybody has to, which means if you are already outperforming everybody else, it's on you to go to them and make sure they're also prepared. It teaches leadership at the earliest possible level, man.
Yeah,
So what I was going to ask is, do you think, because you've been coaching since they were in
long
kindergarten.
time. Yeah.
Do you think that the children, no matter what their parents, hippie parents or hardcore parents, whatever, no matter who they are, they understand roughly that winning is more fun than losing?
Yeah, the kids do. Now,
That's
whether
what I mean.
yes,
Yes.
so the kids do. Now, I don't necessarily know if the parents do.
But that doesn't matter, because you can work with that.
Yes,
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think of physical altercation with a player? Because I experienced that with my 8th grade basketball coach, who was smaller than me, who tried to throw down with me. That was fun.
I experienced that with a high school coach, and we had to be broken up.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's a little dicey.
When dudes are in a performance type of situation, tempers are going to flare. It happens in the military all the time too.
Now,
We
when you
fight each
punk
other.
said coach in altercation, how do you play for him or respect him
You
ever
don't.
again?
You don't.
Now,
Yeah.
I've won several kissing contests with tennis coaches over the years.
Sure.
And
Was it over the net?
yeah, well, you got the nets in between,
Yeah.
and you just run at each other and kiss.
Yeah.
And whoever wins, always me.
Yeah.
Well, how do you win?
You just do it better.
Yeah, he's kiss better, dude.
And there-
So what does he come? or how-
Because it's like in tennis, there's no judge usually, so you got to call your own, faults, call your own balls.
So basically,
Yeah.
whichever dude comes first loses, because the other guy
Yeah.
did better.
yeah. And I've won a lot of
Makes
kissing
sense,
contests
yeah.
with my coaches.
a ton.
Yeah,
a ton.
I stopped playing in 8th grade, but yeah, I won a lot of kissing contests with my coaches.
Yeah, but going back to Dan's point, I think all the qualities that he named about leadership and hard work and ethics and all that other stuff, it really does carry over into everything in life. Whether you're just doing your homework or you're helping somebody out on a school
That's
project.
the whole fucking point.
Yes.
You don't learn shit in elementary school. We don't identify who is and isn't going to be a professional athlete in youth sports.
Yep.
The entire point is these lessons. And if you're not going to do it, just don't bother.
Exactly.
Hand him the iPad and let him fucking be a dummy.
And the last part of this is I can say 99.9% of the kids that I've coached over the year will not go pro at all. And neither will most of the kids that they're playing against.
Well, every kid I coach is pro because I pay them.
But as far as them being a professional athlete and hearing these parents talk about how they're going to be pros and stuff, I'm like, man, you've no idea what's ahead of you. And I don't have,
by the time they're 10.
I don't have any expectations or put those on my kid, because I think that's where shit gets gnarly from parents is expecting your kids to be pros. In the meantime, coaching, you just want them to play hard, try their hardest, and all that other stuff. And yeah, you get in their fucking ass occasionally, dude. So I don't mind
pros,
these videos.
but win a high school state championship
That's it,
ain't
dude.
bad.
That's
Ain't
it,
bad.
dude. Did you bring home
3 of them.
3 state championships? Look
Yep.
at you, Giorgio. Son of a bitch, dude. Son of a bitch, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, to your point from before, Bob, yeah, that coach was kind of harsh, but I don't know what happened before that video.
For sure. And this commercial sucks. I'm on the same side as you. Like, this commercial sucks ass.
What's the next one, by the way?
The next one is kids are tired, so it's probably like a kid tired of hearing it from the coach, I assume.
I don't know. Play it. Let's find out.
Yeah.
I got nowhere to be. That was a shitty swing.
Why did you swing at that pitch?
He's so late.
How many times have we practiced that? How many?
Do you think that motivates us? Do you hear the tone of your voice?
We don't need you to criticize. Analyze.
Or ostracize.
We need you to build us up.
Not break us down.
This isn't your game. It's our game.
And we just want to play.
We just want to play.
All right, so this video, here's the contrast, Bob. This video I agree with.
No, not one fucking prayer.
I do. I
agree with the
as
parents
a parent,
shutting the fuck up.
Yeah,
No.
the parents can't be screaming at a child like that about taking pitches and all that shit because you're too young to know that, in my opinion. And
There's little, I mean, look, it doesn't happen often, but I can Google like 50 stories of like hockey dads fighting or like dads
you
fighting
could
and shit.
Google a million stories of that, I'm sure. But as far as talking to your own kid like that when he's out there with his team, if you're not the fucking coach and you're a parent yelling at your kid, especially for taking pitches or whatever the fuck it is, like you can always talk to him after the game. There's no reason to scream at him in front of all the other parents, all the other kids, all that other shit. That is unnecessary.
It's not helpful to discipline somebody in front of other people.
Correct.
In my opinion.
Yes. So that video, I'll give them. The first one, no.
The first part of it, where the dad yelling, that was stupid.
Right.
All that shit those kids said was fucking bullshit.
Well, obviously.
Every single thing they said was
I'm
fucking
talking about the dad.
Yeah, they really overshot
Bullshit.
the runway on that.
Oh my
God. Yeah.
Like, we don't need to be criticized or broken down. The most effective institution on earth at turning fucking dumb boys into fucking fighter men is the goddamn military. And the first thing we do is break them the fuck down, right? All this fucking pretense and bullshit, everything you think you're entitled to, guess what? You're not.
Yeah.
This is the real world. If you fail here, you fucking die, right? Look, those are extreme circumstances, but the lessons play pretty much anywhere.
They do.
I'm tired of all
mean,
this weak bullshit.
By the time you even get to probably even Division II college sports, you're getting paid on some level to play that game.
If it's at least a scholarship.
Right.
Yeah, scholarship.
So, and at Division II, that is straight up payment. A scholarship is fucking payment
Yeah.
at that point. So yeah, you're taking money. You should be like, so they got to be ready for that. And the kid stuff's bullshit. You should be able to criticize. Like, yeah, that's dumb.
So,
But if I was the coach of that team and that dad was yelling that shit, I'd tell that dad to fuck off.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like I would tell the dad to fuck off in front of everybody.
Yeah. And so this similar situation happened. There was a kid on my team who didn't take the first pitch, and then he bounced out or whatever it was, and he got back to the dugout. Now, I will say this. His mom ripped him out of the dugout, took him behind the dugout, and was screaming at him. So it was in private, whatever the fuck she was saying.
Even that.
I know. Same. And so the kid came back in, and he had tears in his eyes and all that stuff, and I was like, hey, man, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's all going to be fine. But you could tell that those parents wanted that. They thought for fucking sure their kid was going to be playing for the Braves. And it was like, hey, he's not that great, you know? So
Fuck that.
Take a first pitch at 7 years old.
There was a Little League game I was in when I was in, I think, fucking 8th grade. And I was on third base, leading off, and I was in foul territory, right?
Yeah.
And to this day, I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure the coach was knowingly lying, though, of the opposing team. So a dude on our team, a righty, right, he's up to bat, rips a line drive right into my fucking thigh. I mean, it was easily 100 off the metal bat, into my fucking thigh. The bruise was on my leg for like 3 weeks. It was the size of a fucking grapefruit. I'm on the ground, like writhing in pain. Like, oh my God, there's 2 outs. I'm like trying not to cry because I'm in 8th grade and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But it hurts so fucking bad. And the coach is like, well, boys, you got hit by the ball. All right, that's it. And the ump, even the fucking dumbass fucking, I don't know, 15-year-old ump is like, oh yeah, he did get hit by the ball. He's out. And I'm sitting there. The only one who realizes this, in pain on the ground. I know that coach was fucking lying. I was like, no, I was in foul territory. Oh, God. Oh, please, no, that's not an out. If you get hit in foul territory, it's not an out. And the ump was like several people had to be like, oh, yeah, I think that's right. As like this coach is trying to lie on top, like lie about it, get his team back onto the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Did you know that in the Major League Baseball rule book, if you take the rule book onto the field to try to show the umpire rule, you get it's an immediate ejection.
That's sweet.
That's in the rule book.
I like that. I've also lied, though, Bob. I'll admit that live on air. I don't care. I've lied to get a couple plays where it went off of somebody or whatever, went out of bounds, and I was like, I didn't see it.
Well, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, well, I just told the ref. I was like, whose ball was it? Okay, cool. The coach was like, what, dude, is wrong? I was like, I didn't see it. Sorry, man.
It was out on me, coach.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
That's what you do. So what you do is you give him a couple early, right?
Yeah.
You give him a couple early, like, oh, it's on our guy. It's on our guy.
Yeah.
You call him honest. Maybe you can give him one that you think wasn't out on your guy. Call him honest, and then when it matters, no, it's him. See, I'm honest.
Yeah.
This is kind of how we're gonna behave at the Tampa Bay Rowdies games.
Oh, let's go Rowdies,
I'm definitely
dude.
gonna be that coach in the red.
Let's go Rowdies.
Motherfucker, center it, cross the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be naked and painted.
To be honest, I think soccer players who play in the United States would be so shocked to hear somebody that actually knew what they were talking about at the match.
Yeah.
They'd probably just stop and be like, hey, man, sorry.
It'd be great.
I apologize for that.
Can't wait to go to a fucking Rowdies.
Because I remember when hockey first started in Raleigh,
Yeah.
the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I went to, it wasn't opening weekend, but it was around then. And there was a
RBC
dude-
Center.
Huh?
RBC Center.
There was a dude, there was some fat redneck and his family sitting behind me, and he kept yelling foul. He's like, that's a fucking foul.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't any fouls, okay? There's only like 5 things you can do wrong in hockey. You can learn 5 things. I can tell because you memorized the fucking McDonald's menu. I know you can learn 5 things, you fat fuck. And that didn't go well. I was in the Army, though, so it was like a bunch of us, and
He wasn't going to do anything.
that wasn't going to happen,
Yeah.
And I was going to fight his oldest daughter, I think. So, you know, whenever you're a group versus a group, you kind
Sure.
of pick out who you're going to fight. I was going after her.
You're going to punch her in the face?
Yeah, she was like 7.
She deserved it.
She was being a bitch.
Yeah,
so.
she sure was.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Manscaped.com. Brand new Weed Whacker 2.0. We'll go ahead and tell the world the leaders in below-the-waist grooming are traveling north of your South Pole with their revolutionary grooming products. Best copy in the biz out of these guys. The new Weed Whacker 2.0 and their new beard line confirms they have all the best tools for your hygiene toolbox. Time for you to upgrade your game by going to manscaped.com and using the promo code Drinkin Bros for 20% off plus free
Wait,
shipping.
they've got new stuff now.
Sure do.
Manscaped does.
They've got the beard hedger.
Well, they've got the 4.0 now, too.
We got the 4.0.
So there's it's called the purple trimmer, is what they're calling it. And it's purple, but it's a special. I don't know how different it is from the 3.0, but it is. They're partnered with a charity called, it's called We Save Balls, I think.
Really?
And it's about testicular cancer.
Okay.
And they actually have We Save Balls T-shirts.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you buy one between now and the end of April, you're going to get one of those T-shirts.
No shit.
Which
That's
is pretty
awesome.
because that's a funny T-shirt.
It is, dude. Shout out to Manscaped.
They always make funny shirts. They had Ask Me About My Balls.
Yeah. Look,
shirt for
their
a while.
copy is always funny as
Yeah.
shit, dude. Their products are great. If you go into somebody's house and they don't have Manscaped products in there, what the fuck are you doing?
Seriously, there's nobody else that makes
I don't know what, yeah.
good
None.
fucking dick products.
Not one.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have a beard. You do, but right now they got beard shampoo, conditioner, beard oil, beard balm, all of it, dude. They get scissors. So you get that bag with the Performance Package 4.0. It comes with the Weed Whacker 2.0. That's for nose hairs and ears hairs. Got to get those ears hairs out of the air. And all the below-the-waist grooming products Manscaped is known for. Your significant other will be delighted to see you covering all bases. You know what I mean, wink. So get 20% off and free shipping with our code DrinkinBros at manscaped.com. That is 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code DrinkinBros. Always use the right tools for the job with manscaped.com. Next up, CNN has its lowest ratings ever. Stop me if you've heard this one before. CNN had its lowest rated week in more than 7 years last week as the network's ratings continue to struggle. Boy, man, at the end of March, they were averaging 400,000 viewers. That's the lowest for a 6 to 6 time slot ratings performance since July 6th of 2015. That's strange. That's right before Trump ran.
Yeah, right before ratings blew up.
Yeah, Fox News Channel won the week with 1.35 million average viewers, followed by MSNBC at 673,000. Among that key demo there in the viewership, that 25 to 54, that's the one that's most valued by advertisers. CNN's total day ratings were 81,000 viewers. Holy shit. We have more people listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
For Christ's sakes.
Yeah, it's so the obvious ones are still leading the pack. Tucker Carlson is 3
through the roof. Did you see his numbers for the J6 footage?
No.
Holy fuck. It was a 4.8 for one of them.
This is 3.6 million. The 5 is at 3 million. Jesse Waters is at 2.7 million. Hannity's at 2.6. Brett Baer's at 2.3. All airing on Fox. Those are the top 5 shows.
Yeah.
You don't see the first CNN show on the list until 30th.
Fuck, dude. How long is this a network?
There's 5 shows on Fox that are ranking. There's multiple ones from MSNBC, and then there's network and stuff. I don't know who else is ahead of CNN. Everybody is ahead of CNN.
Yeah.
So
how long does this stay in network, I guess, before you just move it to streaming? Or not real sure.
They can't afford to keep anybody on right now.
Don Lemon's going to be out of there by May.
Right now, they're trying to establish a new prime time for news in the middle of the day. So they want it to be that 9 to 11 slot, and then 11 to 1 slot. They want that to be the new news prime time. Dude, it's over.
Do you know who they backed up the truck for?
I don't care.
Jon Stewart.
That nobody watches his show now.
Well, it's on Apple, right?
They watch the clips.
Yeah, exactly.
But they don't watch his actual show.
No. So I don't know, because Gutfeld is everywhere, right? His ratings are doing great and all that other shit, so they're considering that. But look, Lemon's out of there by May. That'll be the last big spring clean out of there. And I don't know that they have any other names besides Anderson Cooper.
No.
And I don't know how much longer he stays.
Yeah, you don't want to be the last person on a sinking ship.
Sure
especially
don't.
if you don't own equity in the goddamn company.
No, and if you're trying to go down the middle like that, you're essentially headline news again, which is fine, but you don't really need anybody for that. You can just get a bunch of anchors that are, 70, 80K a year, and you're good, which is what I wish would happen. So that way you could just get normal news from one outlet again, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, CNN should do this. They should make all of their programming making fun of both Fox and MSNBC. Not even straight news. Like what Chris Licht was talking about before. Go hard against both of the fucking far sides. Why?
So they tried.
Go hard against infotainment.
Yeah, and they tried to do that. So but
they tried with the same old liberal dum-dums that they had on staff already. You can't pivot like that. You can't send Saliza and fucking, what's that other cocksucker's name? Don Lemon and all those guys. You can't.
Cuomo.
Yeah.
Cuomo is already gone by then. Who's the other guy? Fuck.
Oh, Tapper.
Jake Tapper.
Tapper's okay.
I agree. Yeah, Tapper's not bad. Tapper and Cooper are the only two where I'm like,
who's that other guy that always got into fights with Trump?
oh fuck yeah,
Starts
hold
with
on.
an M maybe.
M. Night Shyamalan? Monday Night Shyamalan? Either way, with CNN here,
Jim Acosta.
Jim Acosta. Yeah, Jim Acosta. That's who they tried to do it with Don Lemon and Jim Acosta and people like that. Like that's not going to work.
But with CNN, they did try this by showing Fox clips and then making fun of Fox clips.
Yeah, but you got to go MSNBC also.
Right, but it didn't work.
Yeah, but they didn't even try that. They didn't try to make fun of the left.
Well, you can't. Anything on the left, you can't make fun of if you are the left. And that's the problem they're facing. And we said this years ago on this show. If Trump lost, they would be out of business in 4 years, and we're getting real goddamn close to that now. Because you're not pulling in the numbers of a simple fucking podcast now, for Christ's sake.
It'd be really funny if Trump bought CNN.
It'd be great.
And he
renamed
it
TNN.
The Cunt News Network.
Probably not going to do that.
And he just continued.
TNN would be all right.
He just let them continue doing whatever they're doing and pointed out the failures.
Yeah. I beat the virus. And they just keep doing that. Every fucking, you hammer the button. Last up here, we got some border news for you that's super depressing. It can be difficult to understand the enormity of the problem we have at our U.S. southern border. We'll give you some news on illegal border crossings here. And, dude, did you see the one yesterday where it was over 1,000 people that stormed El Paso? That was live on air. Nobody did anything about that, right? I didn't see the end results.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, we need the president to do something, but that's not going to happen. So
I think we should take. Remember American Gladiator?
Oh yeah.
We should take that gauntlet course, and if you can make it through that, then you're American. You know what I mean? But instead of having weird bodybuilders, it's me.
I think we
With a
bring back
fucking-
Malibu. The guy's name was Malibu. Can you pull up Malibu from American Gladiators and just
I'm
pop
sorry,
that on screen?
I was pulling up Laser really quick. I will pull up Malibu.
All right,
but
pop
I'm
up
sorry.
Laser and then Malibu.
I'm sorry, Dan. I just don't think you're as combat effective as.
He definitely has.
Look at that,
Yeah.
dude. Look at that
Yeah,
guy.
believe it or not, your traps and deltoids don't really come into play a lot when you're fucking killing people.
Nah, they sure do. They sure do, dude. You got to shake that out. Pull up Malibu. He was my favorite from that show. Blonde hair. He looked like He-Man. That guy
Seriously,
gets shit
we
done.
designed like some crazy obstacle course with mountain lions on crystal meth.
Yes.
And instead of firing tennis balls, I'm firing live rounds.
Yeah,
And if
dude.
you can get through, you're American, bud.
Yeah,
Good
you're
for
American.
you. So that means we're only going to get the best.
Yeah. Look at Malibu. Pop Malibu up on screen here. Look at this guy. Fuck yeah, dude. That's America.
I'll say this: the '90s was a magical time.
It's the best.
The '90s was the best decade, and I don't think we'll ever get back there. again.
80s, 90s, 70s was still. Yeah, those three.
The
that
'90s
was,
was
that
good,
was the end of it.
except for the mid to late '90s when heroin kind of made a comeback and all the grunge stuff. That was
Right.
kind of gay, but
Right.
the cocaine.
Cocaine was.
And we had figured out how to avoid AIDS at that point, so
Yeah.
people were banging without condoms again. It was a beautiful time.
That guy from Real World San Francisco died.
Yeah,
Pedro.
great movies.
Pedro was his name.
I actually do think the '90s is the peak of movies.
Yeah,
Like I think it's the best decade of movies.
I mean,
ever.
1995 on its own.
90s and 70s probably.
94, 95, some of the best movies of all time.
I mean, my God. I mean,
I
it's
know.
just I would put the '90s against any decade, and it's not even close.
Read off these stats here. What's coming over the border here from that DEA reports? Because this is gnarly.
Yeah, so I got my hands on a DEA report. It's not classified, but I'm not supposed to have it, so yeah, whatever.
Welcome to Drinkin' Bros.
So this is from one day.
Okay.
54 pounds of fentanyl and 32 pounds of meth in California, 750K California, 692 pounds of meth, California. Then these are all from Nogales, Arizona.
Okay.
19 pounds of meth, 280.
In a spare tire. That's fun.
Yeah. 280,000 fentanyl pills, 20 kilos of meth,
Great.
which is 44 pounds. About 600,000 additional fentanyl pills. That's
Great.
one day.
Yep.
That's almost 1 million fentanyl pills in one day.
Great.
Each one of them can kill people.
Yes.
Right.
It sure can.
Then these are all from Texas.
I'll read off the ones from Texas
go
if
ahead.
you want because these are fun. Mission, Texas, 14 pounds of cocaine from one vehicle. Go ahead and slide that our way. Another one from Mission, Texas, 13 pounds of cocaine. Again, we're right off of 290 if you need to get rid of that. Laredo, Texas, 145 pounds of cocaine from a tractor trailer.
That's about 4.5 hours. south
Sure
of here,
is.
so.
Drive on up. Laredo, Texas seized another 454 pounds of marijuana from a tractor trailer. You can go ahead and drop that off at Giorgio's house. Hidalgo, Texas seized 26 pounds of cocaine from a vehicle. Another one from Hidalgo, same day, seized 281 pounds of cocaine from a vehicle. Eagle Pass, Texas, 268 pounds of meth from a vehicle. Yeesh. Can burn that. El Paso seized 70 pounds of cocaine from a vehicle, 2 pounds of fentanyl, 16 pounds of meth, 133 pounds of marijuana, 22 more pounds of meth from another vehicle, 44 pounds of cocaine from another vehicle, 155 pounds of meth from another vehicle, and last but not least was another 18 pounds of cocaine from another vehicle.
And then there's two major seizures in Puerto Rico. One was 2,351 pounds of cocaine.
Great.
And then one was 1,151 pounds of cocaine.
Okay.
So if you're keeping track, this is one day of just stuff that's been cataloged already. 56 pounds of fentanyl plus an additional 900,000 fentanyl pills,
Great.
which is enough to kill every human being in America.
Sure is.
Like, no shit. That's
Yeah.
enough to kill everybody here. 1,200 pounds of meth, 4,600 pounds of cocaine, 600 pounds of weed. Nobody cares about that. And then some cash. That's one day. We're spending all this money on Ukraine. By the way, Poland announced this morning that they're going to send MiG fighter jets to Ukraine now.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
So they're the first NATO country to break ranks and do that, which means sometime in the next 3 months, the U.S. will also send fighter jets over there.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're doing all of that and nothing to protect our own border.
No.
We have 2.5 million illegals came over the border last year, and they're here, and we don't know where they are, what they're doing.
Why is it not America first is what I can't really understand.
I don't know. I mean, that's people voted for these people.
I know.
51 or so percent, if you believe that stuff, of
81 million Americans,
yeah,
allegedly.
They voted for this, and if that's what they want, that's what they want. That's why, like, when we talk about national divorce and stuff like that, it isn't that I hate people that think differently than me, or they're on the other political side, or whatever, however you want to fucking capture that idea. It's that isn't the world that I want to live in. And if you want to live in a world that has rampant crime and fucking, drugs from cartels that are literally killing people, not cocaine and weed and shit. Fentanyl is just poison, and we're doing nothing to stop this shit.
Nothing.
I talked to probably 30 Tier 1 and Tier 2 operators over the past 2 weeks about the Ukraine conflict, and because I'm writing a thing for Newsweek about it, and to a man, they all, like, literally every single one of them said this. Like, I see some strategic purpose in doing some stuff in Ukraine, just like any other country, Africa or on the African continent, when we're doing stuff there too. But why? I would much rather be deployed in support of the U.S. border right now,
Right.
not some fucking foreign country that has nothing to fucking do with us.
I agree. We're not going to do anything, though, because then you have to admit there's a problem. And they rather bitch at Trump and those guys. Oh, you got kids in cages.
It's not just that. The Republicans are just as balls deep in this Ukraine shit as the Democrats are.
Oh, I'm not saying the Ukraine shit. I'm talking about
and
the border right
What
now.
the fuck have Republicans done about the border?
They tried, and then it got shut down.
Trump tried.
Yeah, Trump tried.
Republicans haven't done a goddamn thing.
It's true.
They
It's true.
control the House right now.
Yeah.
They haven't done shit.
No, they haven't done anything.
They haven't done shit. And here's
Most of
why.
them support Ukraine.
Here's why they haven't done shit about Ukraine. Here's why they haven't done shit about healthcare. Here's why they haven't done shit about the border or crime or anything else. It's because solved problems don't bring out the vote.
Right.
That's why. They need to hang this problem over your head and say, hey, we'll solve it next time. Just come out and vote for us. That's the way a fucking sociopath behaves, right? It's a protection racket. That's all it is. I don't understand people who have favorite politicians or a favorite political party. How the fuck does that make sense? You may as well root for the fucking referee.
Well, here we are. Now it's time we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week. And we get a lot of options back there. Was there somebody with a baby back there?
There are
There's
two
a bunch of
babies
babies.
and a toddler in here.
Fuck, why don't you all walk back here then? And we'll all get you on camera. Let's come into we'll go into a wide shot here. And we can shout. Bring that baby up here. There you go. No, come on in.
I think
come
we
on
need
up
to
on
have
camera. There you go.
We need to have the baby sign a media release.
We got to prove that there actually is two babies in the studio today. So come back right between me and D'Anthony here. Everybody come on in. Boom. Boom. Your kids are great, by the way. They didn't cry or anything here. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. So last time you were here, you were pregnant with him, right?
Yeah. Like a year ago to the day.
Holy shit. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You named him Ross, obviously, right?
No, but you told me my dick pointing skills were on par.
Okay. Talk into that microphone right there real quick. Just pop it up next to your face. There you go.
So I think we were here literally like last year to the day.
Just pop it up. It moves.
Oh,
You're
damn.
fine. You're good to go.
I don't want to reach in front of D'Anthony.
You can. He doesn't mind. He loves it. He loves human interaction.
We were here about like 1 year to the day. She was pregnant. You made a good joke about my finger skills.
Yeah.
And then you
sure did.
You got told that my finger skills were good and to ask her.
Yeah.
She said that that's why she was pregnant.
Yeah.
But
proud
you
of
told me my dick's pointing skills were better.
Your stroke game.
Yeah.
Yeah, your stroke
He's
game.
not named Ross, by the way. No.
What would you guys end up naming him?
His name is Trace.
Trace.
Yes.
Like crayons?
No.
Okay.
No.
Something else?
Trace.
Okay. What does that mean?
The third.
Trace the third?
Yeah.
Like he's the third.
Oh, are you?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
But
okay.
without having to name him the third, like Robbie Three Sticks.
Yeah, Bobby Three Sticks. So it's senior, junior, and now the third.
Trace. Yep.
Well, good-looking boy. Congratulations
A child
to the both
with a
of you.
suffix always does better than a child without a suffix. So
Yeah,
I'm just telling
dude.
you,
Well, yeah.
slap that suffix on there.
We'll see how it works out.
Come on in. There you go. Yeah. We can see everybody on camera here who stopped into the studio, and then you go over there. Tell us what your baby's name is. Does it say sucking titties on that? The child's shirt?
So all she can remember from last night was sucking
talking
titties
to the
and
microphone?
shitting her pants. Sorry.
That's right. All she can remember from last night is sucking titties and shitting my pants.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude. Congratulations. What's your child's name?
So she's Lillian.
Lillian.
Yeah.
Nice. The third?
No,
I'm totally kidding.
The first.
I'm
Yeah.
totally kidding. Why don't we do that with girls? Nobody does that with girls.
It might,
Yeah.
Maybe she'll start it. I don't know.
So is it Rosita, kind of like a spin on Ross? Is the middle name or no?
No.
Okay.
Leon. After my wife's grandmother's name. Yeah.
Okay. Your wife's grandmother.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking lineage there.
Yeah. Well,
Holy shit. Just should have named the baby Plymouth Rock at that point, You're going back in time.
I mean, I was going with something simple, but no.
I get it. Look, we're glad you guys brought him here, so that way they can listen to what their parents made them to. Because we were on, right, when you guys were conceived?
Yeah.
When the kids were conceived?
Oh, absolutely. And, we're going to make sure we play this episode one day when she's 20 years old and be like, look, you were just shitting your pants and drinking milk and sleeping all day, and this is what we did with you. So
if you think they're not going to take all these episodes down within 20 years, burn them at the fucking Capitol building, you're kidding yourself.
Well,
we're lucky we're on today.
That's why I have a hard drive. Big fucking 20
I know.
terabyte hard drive.
Download
Save
it all.
Yeah.
Download it all. We don't know what the future holds. But either way, thank you guys for being here. At the top of the show, we talked about our partnerships with the Marlins and the Rowdies and all that stuff. All of this is really because of you guys and that you support the show and you listen and you buy the hats, the merch, the seltzer, all that stuff. That's why we leave the studio doors open, because you guys built this place. So if you are in town and want to come see a live show, the doors are always open, and we are unbelievably grateful for all of you guys. Mom, you can hop in if you want.
She's tossing the baby.
The baby puked on stage. Look at that. There it is. Hi. Turn around. Turn to the camera. Hi. So if you're in the Austin area, want to stop by and see a live show, pop on in. Doors are always open. You guys built this place. We're just two dummies behind the desk. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good.